We just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do my top 5 Godzilla suits of all time. This was a request from a couple of viewers. It's actually been a request for quite some time. Finally catching up after almost 6 months. Okay, so hey, let's get started, right? So number 5, High-Side Godzilla suit. One of my favorites, in particular, Godzilla vs. Biollante. I really like that suit. For the most part, the suits were the same throughout the whole High-Side series, but there were some minor differences as the series went along. But in particular, the Godzilla vs. Biollante suit I like the most. One of the things I like about the High-Side series is pretty much from the waist up. He's got a very burly, big chest, and I like his face and the snout, his teeth. Very, very good design. Not a fan of his thighs, his thunder thighs, and the rolls on his thunder thighs, but nonetheless, overall, a very, very good suit. So at number 4, GMK. Yes, GMK. And not only because of the white eyes, but also, you know, and I know this is going to make people laugh because we've all spoken about a foot fetish in the past, but I really do like his feet in this one. And I like his stature. He's like short and stout, you know what I mean? So he almost looks, well, more so actually the X Plus doll, but he's got a bit of a pot belly in the movie. But nonetheless, overall, it's a very, very nice design. I like the fact that in his mouth, like, you can see the fangs come down. His lips are ridged up a little bit. He's got a very, almost like a flat head with his eyes standing up. And his dorsal fins are really cool. I like his dorsal fins. In other Godzilla designs, like, the dorsal fins will start in the head, and they will kind of start to grow, and then start to slowly get smaller as it reaches his tail. Where the GMK design, I noticed that from the time the dorsal fin starts at the tail and the head, they stay one size for the most part until you get to like the center of his back, and then he's got, in particular, large dorsal fins, and then it's like it's all mashed in the middle. It's not a gradual growth and it's not a gradual decline. It's just small, and then boom, right in the center of his back, you have some dorsal fins. I kind of like that design as well. So definitely GMK at number 4 for me. So at number 3, I'm gonna go with the 73-74 Godzilla suit from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla and Terror Mechagodzilla. Also, it showed up in Megalon, but there is a difference between the 73 and 74 one. It's very small, but if you've seen the movie enough times, you'll notice that in Terror Mechagodzilla, his cheekbones are a little bit higher, and he's even got like a little wave on his mouth, and his eyes almost look kind of squintier. Where in the other design from Godzilla vs. Mechagodzilla, very, very similar, but not the squinty eyes. Doesn't look as mean. Overall, both suits are very friendly looking, but I noticed the higher cheekbones, me in particular, I don't know if anyone else noticed, but I noticed in Terror Mechagodzilla he's got higher cheekbones. I like the face of Terror Mechagodzilla. I like the suit overall. It's not overly huge like some of the later suits where he's got thunder thighs. And, you know, since I grew up in that era, that's the Godzilla I saw the most, between that one and then the one in Godzilla vs. Gigan, which is another suit I like, but it didn't make the cut. So that's, you know, obviously that's one of the suits I like because I grew up watching it. So now at number 2, I have Godzilla Final Wars. I really, really like this suit. It's definitely one of my favorites because I think this is one of the suits body-wise where he's looked the best. He doesn't look over-encumbering, like he's like, you know, dragging himself. He looks very agile, very fit, very strong. Obviously, movie-wise, it's one of the larger Godzillas on screen, so maybe that's why he stretched out. I don't know. But yeah, the overall design was fantastic. The eyes were phenomenal. His face had a lot more character, had a lot more detail. Nose, even had little ears. You know, it's like crazy. And yeah, I thought the Final Wars design was really, really good. It's a shame that that's a design that we really hadn't seen before, and that we only really got to see in one movie. It would have been nice to see that in a couple of other movies. So, and finally at number 1, if you're a veteran channel subscriber and you guys know me very well, you know which one number 1 is going to be. It's going to be Godzilla 1984. 1984 is my favorite suit of all time. I think that it's the most intimidating looking, I think, if you've never seen a Godzilla movie before. Like, if you didn't grow up in the 70s watching all the good movies and the good Godzilla, and you went to see 84, 85 for the first time, I really think that that is the one that could look, to me, the scariest out of all of them, because he's got that very, very ferocious look. When he roars and he raises his mouth, the roar is very intense. I mean, that's not part of the suit, and it's almost like, you know, when he roars, his lip goes up, so you see more of his teeth, which are very fang-like. They're very thin, and then he's got the 2 big ones going down. yeah, it's just a very, very cool suit. He's also very, fairly tall in this one. He's got a nice, like, shoulder length, and he's just, I think, well proportioned. He still is a little bit big on the hip area, and he's got a very, very tiny pot belly. But overall, I think the design is just a fantastic design. They obviously put a lot of work into it. If obviously everybody knows that they had a very large animatronic Godzilla for that series, or excuse me, for that movie, and it was just a very, very cool look. And then to top it off, going along with that roar just made it even more epic. So it's my favorite suit of all time. There's never another Godzilla. I don't think there'll ever be a Godzilla design I like more. As much as I love the 2014, I just like 84 better. And the reason 2014 is not on this list is because we're talking about suits, not digital designs. But overall design, yeah, I would say that probably 2014 would drop to number 3 for me, behind 84 and the Final Wars. I really like the Final Wars design as well. So those are my top 5 Godzilla suits of all time. Those are my favorite. It's a shame we'll never be able to see them on screen again, I don't think, based on what Toho had to say some time ago, leaving everything in Americans' hands, but nonetheless, we always have the videos. This is Rob signing off for ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Take it easy.
Thank you for watching ETN. Don't forget to subscribe and join the Nation Facebook page. You're watching ETN, where we don't do news, we just talk entertainment. Share and subscribe.
Hey guys, welcome to Entertainment Talk Nation. This is Rob. This video, we're going to do my top 5 Godzilla suits of all time. This was a request from a couple of viewers. It's actually been a request for quite some time. Finally catching up after almost 6 months. Okay, so hey, let's get started, right? So number 5, high-side Godzilla suit. One of my favorites, in particular, Godzilla vs. Biollante. I really like that suit. For the most part, the suits were the same throughout the whole high-side series, but there were some minor differences as the series went along. But in particular, the Godzilla vs. Biollante suit I like the most. One of the things I like about the high-side series is